you're going to learn about the 5 features of effective writing. They are focus, organization, support and elaboration, style, and conventions. Learning these features will provide you with a framework for reading and improving your own writing. Let's start with the first one, focus. In this lesson, you're going to learn about what focus means and how to establish focus by examining a sample paragraph, determining where the paragraph loses focus, checking your written essay, and concentrating on keeping it in focus. What do we mean when we say focus? Focus is the topic or subject established by you, the writer, in response to the writing task. It answers the question, so what? An effective piece of writing establishes a single focus and sustains that focus throughout the writing. In other words, the writer does not stray away from the topic that he or she is talking about. Before focus can be achieved, you have to understand that focus involves more than just knowing what your story is about. It involves understanding why you're writing that subject in the first place. Without a clear focus, your stories, reports, and essays degenerate into lists of loosely related events or facts with no central idea to hold them together, thus leaving your reader to ask, so what? By establishing a clear focus, you can craft your writing into a coherent, unified whole. Finding focus helps you find the significance in your stories, in the message that you want to convey to your readers, and your reason for writing that piece. Establishing a clear focus also helps your readers understand the point of the piece of your writing. Your readers wouldn't want to read a mishmash of unrelated ideas. They would want to read in order to learn something new, to be surprised, to gain a new insight on an old idea, or to view something from a new perspective or angle. How do you establish focus? A critical factor in establishing a focus is setting a goal. To do this, ask yourself these questions. What do you want to write about? What do you want to impart to your readers? Another critical factor is knowing your audience. Again, ask yourself these questions. Who will read your piece of writing and why? What will readers know or expect when they sit down to read? Now that you know how to establish a focus, the next question is, when do you establish it? The time for you to think about focus, therefore, is before you even begin to write. Now, let's try this activity. Read this sentence. Taking a bus to work for the first time in 38 years was a traumatic experience for me. What do you think is the author going to talk about in the succeeding sentences? Let's read the rest of the paragraph to see if your thinking is similar to what the writer had in mind. He says, I drive to work. I have always driven to work. This is because I was given a car on my 18th birthday, and from that day onwards, I have only ever driven anywhere. To college, to shopping malls, downtown, uptown, out of state, everywhere. In fact, I even drive to the neighborhood grocery store, which is a 2-minute walk down the road from my house. People tell me I should learn not to rely solely on my car to get everywhere, and, instead, use public transport or even walk wherever possible. But I admit that I am terribly spoiled. Take my car from me and you might as well chop off my legs. So what do you think? Is there a clear focus in this piece of writing? Clearly, this paragraph lost focus. Which sentence or sentences do you think is or are out of point? That's right, sentences 2 to 7 are out of point. Why? Because the main topic stated in the first sentence is all about the writer's traumatic experience in taking a bus to work for the first time in 38 years. the writing lost focus or strayed away from the main topic because the rest of the sentences discuss the reasons as to why the writer has always driven to work. Now, let us apply what you have learned to your writing. On my cue, I would like you to pause this video and read the essay that you have written. After that, play this video again, and together we are going to go over some questions that will help you assess whether the essay you wrote maintains focus all throughout. Are you ready? Okay, pause this video now. Welcome back! Now get your pen or highlighter ready and assess your work by answering the first question. What is the most important topic or main event in your writing? You may choose to highlight it or mark it on your paper. Next, does your writing stay focused on the most important topic or the main event? Last, are there any ideas or events in your writing that do not strengthen the main focus? Let's see. If the most important topic is present in your writing, if you answered yes to question number 2 and answered no to question number 3, then you are on the right track. But if you answered otherwise, then it's time to write those sentences that are out of point and include details that you left out. You still have ample time to edit and rewrite your essay before our next lesson, which is on organization. If you have any questions about today's lesson, please send me a private message via Sunago Learn and I will do my very best to reply to you as soon as I can.